I'm going to show you how to pick up and knit stitches in a couple of different ways. In this video, I'm going to show you how to pick up and knit stitches along the side of something that looks like this, which is like a typical heel flap, where you have a row of elongated stitches along the side that come from slipping the first stitch of every row as you knit or purl it, which most heel patterns call for you to do that. So what we're going to do is pretend like we're using magic loop, because we're knitting in the round for a sock, pull that needle up and point it just like this so that we can pick up along the side of this heel flap. Alright. So what we're going to look for is this big stretched out stitch, and let's start with this one right here. Alright, see that big V? We're going to go right underneath that big V in that little space right there with the right hand needle. You don't even need a left hand needle, just take the right hand needle, put it into that space and under that loop, and you can see I've got 2 loops of yarn on my needle. That's correct. Now with the working yarn tension, just go ahead and knit, just wrap the yarn around and pull it through that stitch right there. So we've picked up and knitted 1 stitch. Now this is a little bit easier for continental knitters because you're used to holding the yarn and the needles like this anyway. Let's do one more and then I'll show you what it looks like for American style knitters. So go ahead and rotate this like this so you can see it. Another reason is that this really is going to want to curl a lot like that, and you don't want to go in like in here, you know, even though these look kind of stretched out. So go ahead and turn this all the way over and it goes right under here, right in that spot right there. Wrap the yarn around and pull the stitch through. Now if you're an American style knitter, that's fine. Just tension the yarn in your right hand. Rotate that side towards you. See that hole right there? Go right under there. And you can really pull this if you can't see it. Okay, don't go in here. Rotate it all the way so you can really see these are the 2 I want to go under. Alright? And I'll show you how to tell if you're doing it right after we do this last one. Right under here, like that. Now to check if you're doing it right, this should look good. You can see the whole row of stitches right here. And on the back, there are the elongated edge stitches all along the edge of your needle. So there are 4 stitches that we picked up into. So we did it right. To pick up and knit stitches along the edge of something that you didn't prepare beforehand by slipping the first stitch of every row, such as here, this is my cast on edge, we're going to do something similar to the previous video. Just make sure that you go under 2 loops of yarn wherever you go. So here's my cast on edge, and there's no real distinct obvious edge, but I do think if we go, let's see, under this loop right here, like that, so basically into that stitch, and under those 2 loops, wrap the yarn around and pull that through, that's going to look pretty good. So then I'm just going to go into the stitch next to it right there and do the same thing. Remember to go under 2 loops of yarn. If you go under only 1 loop of yarn, what's going to happen, so we just go under only 1, it can pull too much and tighten all the other loops and get all out of whack. But 2 loops are nice and balanced. And again, if you're an American style knitter, that's fine, it's fabulous. What you're going to want to do is go in here and just use your right hand. Like that. Wrap the yarn around, hold it steady, and pull it back through the stitch. So let's continue all the way down the row, just into these different stitches. So this will work if you're picking up stitches along the edge of a thumb gusset. For mittens, usually they have you hold stitches here and here and then pick up stitches right here. So you're going to have sort of an unfinished edge that you would be picking up stitches into. This is how you're going to want to do it. Just look for a nice spot where you can get 2 loops close to the edge, just like that, that you can pick up and knit into. This is actually pretty easy. I kind of like doing this way. Alright, let's see how that looks. See, you can't even tell that there was a cast on edge there. Just like that. And there are the 2 loops that we picked up into. So 2 different ways to pick up and knit stitches. Both fabulous.